G'day, I'm at Fishing Station with one of the staff members here, a very, very talented man, Mike, and when it comes to filleting fish, Mike knows more than most people in the fishing game because he worked for the fish butchery. And if you don't know the fish butchery, check it out because the fish butchery in Sydney was really big in innovating a lot of techniques from Japan into Australia that are used to utilise every part of the fish, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Really. So with that comes knife skills, and this man knows a lot about it because you've been dealing with knives a long time. So I'm a bit of a hack when it comes to cleaning fish, but let's say I come in, I want to catch a whole host of fish and I want a knife to do the job. Is there one knife that's going to cut the mustard?
Well, short answer, no. There really isn't one knife that'll do everything. If you're going to have more than one knife, I would immediately start with smaller fish and select a knife with a bit of flex in it. This will do things like flathead and whiting, where you can manipulate around small bones and backbone of those species. Moving up to larger fish, let's say snapper, kingfish, things of that nature. Something that's slightly stiffer. A nice long blade so you can get through that deeper fillet, but working around the bones as opposed to trying to cut over the top of them and ruin the fillet. And then you go to bigger fish again. Things like tuna, you don't really need any flex in your blade because you're just breaking down into various loins. So a stiff blade, like a butcher's boning knife, something like that, or even a large machete style knife just to break down into full loins essentially.
What about other pieces of equipment? Filleting gloves, very important, especially if you're fairly new at it.
Yeah, absolutely. Filleting gloves are a good one to have. It'll definitely save your fingers from getting nicked. It does happen. There's no way of getting around it. If you don't want that to happen, get a pair of these on.
I noticed you've got all your fingers, so that's good.
Yep.
What about other pieces of equipment for breaking down fish?
Good pair of kitchen shears. Something like these mundials are really nice. Cutting off fins, things like that. Breaking through bone that's really hard to do with a knife and will also dull your knife. And then every roll of knives should always have a steel to keep an edge on there.
Okay, so the point being that there's not one knife that's going to do everything.
Correct.
So you need a few knives in your kit. You need something to sharpen them with. Some accessories like the filleting glove and the scissors as well. And then my experience is sometimes I like to have a knife I leave in the boat.
Yep.
The problem is the salt gets to those a bit. So I have my good knives. We've got these Victorinox and we've got these nice pouches here where you can have a variety of knives. I find that sometimes I like to have a knife that sits in the boat. These Bladerunners have held their edge really well because I steal after every fish that I fillet. And they also have a protective coating.
Teflon coating.
Yeah, the Teflon coating works really well. So if you're the kind of person who leaves their knives in the boat, that's another option as well. And keep them out of the dishwasher, yeah?
Absolutely. I hate knives in the dishwasher. Yeah, it takes an edge off. And obviously clean them. Once you're done, if they've come in contact with salt water or fish or bait or anything like that, give them a good clean down. If you're going to put them away for a while, you can give them a light oiling with a neutral oil.
And we have the expertise of someone like Mike here who can give you so much information about breaking down fish. And if you haven't seen this guy in action, it's pretty impressive. So check out fishingstation.com.au. There's a heap more of fish filleting products and anything else you want regarding fishing, rods, reels, you name it. We've got a huge range here.